Hi, and welcome to this morning's early global view on Friday, October 23rd, 2015. It is currently 7 a.m. U.S. Central Time, and the first thing we're going to say for anyone who maybe hasn't seen it by the time you see this is China cut the rate today, cut it further after a series of cuts, and that is to 4.35%. They cut it 25 basis points. And that plays right into the still accommodative central bank psychology, where we have been saying a bad news is good news equity market continuing to rally because the bad news fosters further thoughts of central bank accommodation. So, the question is, what does all of this mean to the markets? And the answer for now, especially in the wake of the Chinese rate cut, is quite a bit stronger equities. The S&P is up, get this, $17 at 2070. And earlier it was trading right around the next resistance after it pushed up above 2035 to 40 yesterday and held it so nicely on the dip into lunchtime back at 2035.70, and that opened the door to a further push up. Next resistance was 2058 to 60, and it was trading there overnight. It was up overnight as well before the PBOC cut the rate further, and that put a bit into the market that actually took it up to about 2074 or so before it's backed off to hang around 2070 for now. The next higher resistance above 2060 to 58, which will now be nominal near-term support now that it's pushed above it, is not until up around the 2090 area, with further historic resistance on the range we'll get into on the intermediate term charts up above 2100. And you can see how yesterday, if we look at the timing of this, as not initially when Mario Draghi first spoke, and that was of course prior to the opening between 7:30 and 8:30 U.S. Central Time. Of course the equities like that quite a bit, gapping up to get back above the resistance at 2020 and the down break at 2021 and a half, and that immediately meant you took away the nominal sideways drift lower dip back into the 2010 area down break, so that put the bulls back in charge of the trend. But also you'll notice as it held up and extended to initially get up into and get above that 2035 to 40 area, above 2035 to 40 at 1030 is when this got back out above its upper runaway band. And that just put the bulls in charge for the rest of the day. And that pretty much does it for the short-term view of the S&P 500.